Hello, I'm SquidofLove, welcome back. You have suggested to me that now that the Federal Gunship has replaced the Federal Dropship in the 7th rank of the Federal Navy, a comparison between the Gunship and the Imperial Clipper would have been more appropriate than the comparison we had done before between the Clipper and the Federal Dropship, and I couldn't agree more. So this is what we are gonna do today. We are gonna compare these two vessels, try to see what are their differences and their similarities, other than the fact that they both require the 7th rank on their respective navy. So let's go ahead, take a look at their capabilities and the different activities of Elite Dangerous and see which one of these two vessels is the better option and for what activity. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at their base stats. Like we have said before, they both require the 7th rank in their respective navy, Baron for Imperial Clipper and Ensign for the Federal Gunship. The Imperial Clipper is a faster vessel with its speed at 306 and its boost speed at 388, while the Federal Gunship can go only up to 171 and 282 with boost speed. They have the same level of maneuverability at level 2, but the Imperial Clipper is much more agile in reality than the Gunship. They have the same value of shields at 186, but the armor on the Federal Gunship is much stronger at 630, while the armor on the Imperial Clipper is only at 486. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the modules they can be equipped with and their stats. Of course, we are going to start with the Imperial Clipper, which can be equipped with the Class 6 power plant thrusters and power distributor and Class 5 frame seat drive, life support and sensors. It has a fuel tank with capacity 16 only and 8 internal compartments, of which 1 Class 7, 1 Class 6, 2 Class 4, 2 Class 3 and 2 Class 2. That means that it can be equipped with a seat generator of Class 7. Its available power is 25.2 and its jump range with this loadout with only the basic modules equipped is at 22.31 light years, quite nice actually. It has 4 hardpoints, 2 large, 2 medium and 4 utility mounts. The Gunship on the other hand can be equipped with a Class 6 power plant and thrusters, and Class 5 FSD, life support and sensors and a Class 7 power distributor. So its modules are almost identical to that of the Imperial Clipper except for the power distributor, which is 1 class higher. It also has a fuel tank of 16 and 5 tank compartments, of which 2 class 6, 1 class 5 and 2 class 2. With these modules, the Gunship has the same available power with Imperial Clipper at 25.2 but less jump range at 15.95 light years, and this is because it has higher mass. It's heavier than the Imperial Clipper. As for the hardpoints, the Federal Gunship has a lot more hardpoints than the Imperial Clipper, 7 hardpoints, of which 1 large, 4 medium, 2 small and 4 utility mounts, and that means that it will have a better combination of weapons. It could be equipped with a much better variety of weapons and take it into combat. Let's go ahead now and take a look at their capabilities in the different activities of Elite Dangerous. We are gonna start with trading. We are gonna equip them with only cargo racks and see what is the maximum cargo capacity. Let's start with the Federal Gunship with only cargo racks equipped. The Gunship has a cargo capacity of 168 tons, which is not that bad, but is not that great either. And this is without any protection. If we equip the lowest class of shield generator, then with an A4 generator we will have 136 tons of cargo capacity, certainly not the best. Now, if mining is your preferred activity, then yes, we can equip 2 medium mining lasers that will help us mine faster, and of course we will have plenty of space for more weapons for extra protection. We can equip a refinery with up to 6 beams and a collector limit controller, but if we want to have a prospector limit controller, a better refinery and a collector limit controller, we will have to sacrifice cargo space. With this loadout, our cargo capacity is at 128 tons, and do not forget that this is a heavy ship, so it will be somewhat difficult to navigate through an asteroid field. So definitely not the best option for mining. It's not impossible to go out there and do mining with the Gunship, but there are much better and easier vessels to perform this activity with. The Imperial Clipper is obviously a much better trading vessel with 248 tons cargo capacity with only cargo racks equipped. It should be your number one option between these two vessels if you are looking for something to trade with. And if we equip it with the lowest shield generator we can equip it with, then our cargo capacity is still very high at 240 tons and we have a protection of an A3 shield generator. The best option out of these two for trading. But it is also an excellent option for mining since it is agile enough and has enough internal compartments to be equipped with a refinery of up to 8 pins, a prospector and a collector limit controller, shield generator for protection, 2 medium mine lasers, and still have 224 tons of cargo capacity. And of course, 2 more large hardpoints where we can equip weapons and protect ourselves. So for these 2 activities, definitely the Imperial Clipper is the best option for you to go out there and make some profit. Let's go ahead and take a look at their traveling capabilities now. Rare goods trading and exploration, which are quite important activities in Elite Dangerous, and let's decide which one is better in these activities as well. I have downgraded pretty much everything except the framesheet drive, and for rare goods trading we are not gonna need more than 120 tons of cargo capacity, so this is why I have only equipped a cargo rack with capacity 128 tons at the Class 7 internal compartment of the Imperial Clipper, and a fuel scoop of A6 that will help us replenish our fuel faster. With this loadout, we have a jump range, a latent jump range of 20.32 light years, which means the Imperial Clipper is the perfect option for rare goods trading, but also for other activities that require you to travel far away while delivering goods, such as long-range smuggling. And as for the hardpoints, you can go and equip weapons for protection or defensive modules on the utility mounts and have extra protection, be safer. Thanks to the Imperial Clipper's internal compartments, we can equip it with all the necessary modules for exploration, the 2 necessary essential scanners, detailed surface scanner and advanced discovery scanner, a shield generator of D3 for protection, and planetary vehicle hangar if you want to land on the surface of a planet and perform some surface exploration, an autofield maintenance unit, and a fuel scoop. We can even go ahead and add some cargo racks if we want, or other modules, and turn our Imperial Clipper into an Explorer Combat Hybrid or Explorer Trader Hybrid. I have downgraded pretty much everything like before. I have changed the power plant from D5 to an A4 that will give us enough power to run all of these modules without any problem, and I have also equipped 4 heat launchers that are essential again for exploration, deep space exploration. Our jump range with this loadout is at 24.96 light years and it is quite good. We can even go and equip another fuel tank with capacity of 16 and in that way solve the problem with the low capacity of our main fuel tank. But let's take a look at the gunship now, and we can already tell that the low number of internal compartments but also the higher mass it has is gonna create problems in rare goods trading and of course exploration. Let's take a look at its long traveling capabilities first, with everything downgraded except the framesheet drive of course, and 2 cargo racks of capacity 64. We have a nice cargo capacity 128 tons, the same with the Imperial Clipper of before, but our latent jump range is at 15.47 light years, and that's really a problem. Another problem is the fact that if we want the fuel scoop, we will have to equip an A2 or replace the shield generator with an A4 or an A5. And this is gonna create problems. We will have to go without any protection, any shield protection, or we will have to go without any fuel scoop if we want to perform rare goods trading and stop every now and then in a station in order to replenish our fuel. Definitely not the best option for rare goods trading. And the same problems will limit our exploration capabilities with the gunship, mainly the lack of internal compartments this time, although we can equip a detailed surface scanner, an advanced discovery scanner, a shield generator for some protection, an autofield maintenance unit and a fuel scoop of A6, we don't have room to equip a planetary vehicle hangar, so it won't be possible to perform planetary exploration, to land on the surface of the planet and do some exploration with your SRV if you want with the gunship, unless you prefer to remove one of these essential modules for exploration for a planetary vehicle hangar, and that's not something I would recommend. And again, the fuel tank has only a capacity of 16, and with this loadout we cannot equip an extra fuel tank. Our jump range is at 18.29 light years, which is not really that bad. If we could equip another fuel tank and a planetary vehicle hangar, it would have been an excellent ship for exploration as well. And all this with 4 hits and launchers equipped, like with the Imperial Clipper before. It is really a shame. It is also obvious that the Imperial Clipper is a much better option for every activity in the game we have seen so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at the combat capabilities and see if the Gunship is better than the Clipper on this activity. The Federal Gunship has more hardpoints than the Imperial Clipper, 7 hardpoints, 1 large, 4 medium and 2 small, and this gives us the opportunity to create a lot more interesting combinations of weapons. I have chosen this loadout: 1 large gimbal beam laser, 4 medium gimbal multi-cannons and 2 small pulse laser turrets. Of course, because of the placement of the hardpoints, the Gunship is perfect for fixed weapons, but since we are limited with gimbal weapons on the Imperial Clipper, let's go and test it with gimbal weapons as well. 1 chaff launcher, a heat shield launcher and 2 shield boosters of A0, the best shield generator it can be equipped with, an A6, a B5 shield cell bang, and the rest high reinforcement packages. The Imperial Clipper on the other hand has 4 hardpoints, 2 large and 2 medium, and we have talked already about its disadvantage that cannot use fixed weapons effectively, and this is because of the placement of the hardpoints. So we're gonna use 2 gimbal large pulse lasers and 2 gimbal medium multi-cannons, a chaff launcher, heat shield launcher and 2 shield boosters of A0 like with the Gunship before, an A7 shield generator, a B6 shield cell bang, and this time we can have a fuel scoop. So our jump range, which is at 16 light years, it doesn't really matter because we can replenish our fuel anytime, whenever we want. Everything else is filled with high reinforcement packages, but we can remove each one of these high reinforcement packages, add some cargo racks, add a frame seat drive interdictor, and turn this vessel into whatever we want. But before we take a look at their combat capabilities, let's take a look at their speed. Obviously, the Imperial Clipper is much faster than the Federal Gunship. The Imperial Clipper can reach up to 342 normal speed, while the Gunship can go up only to 187 with 4 pips on the engine, and when we boost, the Clipper can reach up to 433, while the Gunship can only go up to 308. The difference is quite obvious. So let's try our Gunship against this Federal Gunship and see how fast we can take it down. It's a dangerous one, won't it? Let's start the attack. It's a slow ship, it's a heavy vessel like the one we are flying at the moment, so we shouldn't have many problems against it. Here we go, our turrets are firing, our beam laser is doing a nice job against the shields of the Gunship. We won't really have any problem with that enemy. And our multi-cannons are more than enough to destroy it. Let's use some chaff launcher, put more power on the shields. Although our true power, our true defense is on our armor. So we shouldn't really care if we lose the shields. Let's return and kill it. But we do have shield cells and let's just use them.
Warning, temperature critical. Warning.
Yeah, the problem with the maneuverability is obvious. Even against another Gunship that is quite slow and not agile enough, we are having problems. But it's dead. Despite the impressive firepower that the Gunship has, the lack of speed and the lack of maneuverability is a problem even in combat. Also, the jump range is quite low at 13.36 light years, and this will give you more problems if you want to travel far away and find some combat opportunities. At least you will have to sacrifice a high reinforcement package or a shield bang for a fuel scoop. And things are not getting any better if you want to participate in piracy. The lack of internal compartments is again a problem. You can have a frame seat drive interdictor and a hatch breaker limit, but you will have no room for cargo capacity unless you remove a high reinforcement package. And again, no room for fuel scoop. Sure, you can have the cargo scanner, you can have all the necessary modules for piracy, but it's slow, it's heavy, and you won't be able to catch your opponents and steal from them. In general, it is not the best option. The gunship is not the best option for any kind of combat activity, solo activity, but it looks like a very nice support vessel in a group. So if you have friends to play with and you want to add some really good firepower, then the gunship could be a nice addition to your group. Let's try with our Imperial Clipper against this Federal Gunship like before. Let's get closer and start the attack.
Scan detected.
I don't think we're gonna have problem against this slower and heavier vessel. Let's go, let's begin. Despite the fact that they have the same level of maneuverability, the Imperial Clipper is a lot more agile than the gunship, and we can see this in the battlefield very easily. Let's destroy it fast. And because of this better maneuverability, the Imperial Clipper is also better against more agile vessels. Let's go ahead and this Elite Anaconda this time and see how good we can do against it. Other NPC are attacking it, so we won't have any real problem against it, especially if it stays still. Yeah, the firepower of the Clipper is also good, despite the fact that it only has 4 hard points instead of the 7 the gunship has. Doesn't really matter, it's a really good ship for combat as well. And the fact that the maneuverability is much better than the gunship, it means that it is an excellent choice not only against bigger vessels like this Anaconda, but also against smaller and more agile vessels. Yeah, this Anaconda is dead. Of course, thanks to the assistance of the NPC, but we could have killed it easily by ourselves. And of course, the Imperial Clipper is a much better option for piracy as well. We can equip it with a number of modules that are quite useful and necessary for piracy. For instance, the Dictator Hatch Breaker Limber Controller, a Collector Limber Controller if you want. You can replace it with a cargo rack if you don't want to have one. A cargo rack with capacity 16, or you can remove one of the other internal compartments, one of the other modules in the other internal compartments, and add more cargo capacity. And a cargo scanner of D0, and since it's very fast and has enough firepower, you will be able to steal from other players, to steal from NPC, perform piracy without any real problem. It seems that the Imperial Clipper is a much better option for pretty much everything in Elite Dangerous than the Federal Gunship. I definitely recommend it. If you are not following Federation or Empire for role-playing reasons, then the Imperial Clipper is the best option, the best ship for you. Of course, that doesn't mean that the gunship is useless. It can be a very nice combat vessel in a group, it can be a very nice support combat vessel. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm SquidofLove and I will see you next time. Bye bye.